On. Well, I'm like, I'm hot. Welcome to Wichita, Kansas here at the NBC World Series. Goldpanners baseball coming your way from hazy, hot, humid Wichita, Kansas. It's the 91st annual National Baseball Congress World Series, and it's the final day of pool play. 16 teams beginning this tournament. 3 have now been eliminated over the last 24 hours, and this is not an elimination game, but this is a game for who will be the top seed and top finisher out of this pool. The Goldpanners are 2-0 here at the tournament, and they are facing off against the Junction City Brigade, and the Brigade are also 2-0. The Goldpanners come into the day with an overall record of 33 wins and 5 losses. What a season it has been. The Panners have been rolling. They've won 14 straight games going back to the Fairbanks regular season. And overall, 26 of their last 27. Friends, the Goldpanners have lost just 1 game since the Midnight Sun game. That's right. The Panners have been rolling, but a couple of tough starts here at the NBC World Series. Panners falling behind in both games before coming back to score bunches of runs in both games, so hoping to have a cleaner start to this game. And they will give the baseball to Matthew Pinal. Matthew Pinal, the 6'2" right-hander from Hope International, will start this ball game for the Goldpanners, who won the coin toss and elected to be the home team. They're in the third base dugout, and the Junction City Brigade are on the first base dugout. The Brigade will throw a 6'3" left-hander by the name of Mark Hoffman. Mark Hoffman from Washburn University. The Brigade from Junction City, Kansas, just a little bit south of Manhattan, Kansas. And the Goldpanners, of course, from Fairbanks, Alaska. A couple of games completed already today. The GPS Legends fell to TPA, Texas. You might remember both of those teams. The Goldpanners played both of them and beat them both. And Texas knocks out the Legends 10-9. So the Legends have been eliminated from the NBC World Series. And earlier today, just before this game, the BTL Hornets all over the Derby Twins 10-3, and a bit of a surprise to most people here. The Hornets staving off elimination for the moment, but they need some help. So eliminated so far, Oklahoma, the GPS Legends, and Dodge City. And teams that have won their pools and earned first-round byes are the Seattle Studs and the Hayes Larks. Those 2 teams have taken the first 2 byes. There will be 4 byes into the quarterfinals. The other 8 teams will play tomorrow in a 4-game day. And here we go. Goldpanners and Junction City meeting up at home plate to exchange the lineup cards. Head coach Carlos Gonzalez in his 3rd year with the Goldpanners and 2nd year as field manager after being a coach the first season. And the Junction City Brigade managed by Micah Cannon. Micah is assisted by Nick George and Tyler Ross. Carlos Gonzalez is assisted by Dave Dawson, pitcher coach Vince Payne, and bullpen coach Matthew Gonzalez. So the Goldpanners and Brigade battling for the top spot in the pool. The loser will play someone to be named tomorrow at a time to be determined. All those matchups will be announced after tonight's final game. the Lone Star Collegiate team versus the unbeaten Santa Barbara Foresters. And so now is time for the playing of our national anthem here at X Stadium at Wichita State University. And after the anthem we'll have the lineups, and then the first pitch, Goldpanners and Junction City Brigade. '91st annual NBC World Series live from X Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Chris Carlson on the controls. Shea back at the studio in Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM. We thank our sponsors, Diamond Fencing and Fairbanks Community Food Bank. Goldpanners will take the field. They are the home team. And defensively for Fairbanks, it'll be Matthew Pinal on the mound. Christian Olea catching. At first base, it's Ian Armstrong. Second baseman, Vinny Venverlo. Cole Clark. The shortstop, Jamie Mullen, is at third. In the outfield, it's Hunter Friedberg in left, David Shackelford in center, and Owen Mealy is in right. For the JC Brigade, they will lead off with Gannon White. He'll be followed by Chad Pantuso and Gabe Yonto. The cleanup spot is the designated hitter and the big home run hitter, Kyler Horseman. Peyton Furgens will bat fifth, followed by Logan Myers and Braden Harpole. The 8-9 spots for Junction City are Eli Kellogg and Ian Luce. Garrow Von Dane here in hot Wichita, Kansas, 93 degrees and high humidity as the Goldpanners try to go 3-0 and win this pool and earn themselves a bye tomorrow into the quarterfinals on Thursday. So of critical importance to get this W tonight. This game delayed by an hour because the game prior to this went very long with 19 runs being scored. There's a pitch clock, 20 seconds to throw a pitch, 90 seconds between innings. So the games are moved along, but even still, the Goldpanners have played a couple 3-hour games here at the tournament, and we've had some overruns, including here today. And again, still one more ball game tonight. The Santa Barbara Foresters and Lone Star Collegiate last night, games lasting until about 1:30 in the morning before the Hayes Larks wrapped up their third win of the tournament, the defending champion Larks. We're set to go here on the turf, the all-turf field here at Wichita State University, home of the Shockers. And Matthew Pinal on the mound, ready to throw the first pitch at 8 minutes past 7 local time. 8 minutes past 4 up there in the 49th state. Understand there's some rain and cooler temperatures up in Fairbanks. It is hot and humid here, sunny skies. Matthew Pinal working quickly, one strike pitch. Misses for a ball, it's 1-1. Pinal, two-way player for the Goldpanners, will also be batting in the lineup tonight. The 6'2" right-hander from Hope International out of Southgate, California, making his third appearance. He's thrown just 7 innings this summer. Recent arrival came to join us in July. And there's a strike. A 90-mile-per-hour fastball in the inside corner. It's 2-2 on Gannon White at the top of the order, right fielder for the Brigade. This one is grounded towards third, backhanded off the glove of Mullen. Third baseman Mullen towards the line, had plenty of time, and had it just fall off the mitt. And Gannon White reaches on an error to open up this inning. The Goldpanners have been struck by some errors in this tournament, uncharacteristically. Panners played error-free much of the summer in Fairbanks. Didn't have any last night, but in game one, 4 errors. And the runner takes off on the first pitch. Here's the throw from Olea, and he's out at second base. Olea throws out White. Caught stealing. Goes 2-6. Christian Olea showing the hose. And White erased from the base paths. And that'll bring up Chad Pantuso. Pantuso for the Brigade. One of the numerous local area teams. A lot of teams in this tournament from Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. And then there are the distant teams, as the count is 1 and 2 on Pantuso, like the Alaska Goldpanners and Seattle Studs, Seattle Blackfins. Swing and a miss, and Pinal strikes out Pantuso. This team can hit this Brigade team. They've scored a lot of runs in the tournament. They've scored 26 runs in their first 2 games, winning both against the 2 teams the Goldpanners also beat. Panners winning 15-6 over Texas in 8 innings. The run rule came into effect. Trailed 3-0 in that game. Came roaring back. Here's Gabe Yonto, left-handed hitter for the Brigade. Yonto from South Bend, Indiana, plays at Indiana Southeast. Yonto a .289 hitter on the year. No score, top of the first inning. Here in the sunshine, the Goldpanners have been here for about 2.5 hours already. Knew there was going to be overruns with the long games prior to this one, but there's still a hard time for the pregame coin toss to determine who the home team and the visiting team is. So the team arrived about 4:45 locally. Just hung out in shorts till got it closer to game time. Gabe Yonto hanging in there with 3 balls and 2 strikes against Pinal. This will likely be a short outing for Matthews since he hasn't pitched very much this summer. So wants to make the most of his brief time. And here's a ground ball to second. Vinny to Armstrong. And down go the Brigade in the first. Goldpanners coming to bat here at the NBC World Series in Wichita on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Back here in hot, humid Wichita, Kansas, Garo Von Dane live with Goldpanners Baseball high atop Tyler Field here at X Stadium. Garo Von Dane with you, bringing you Goldpanners Baseball and PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM. Greetings to all of our friends back in the Golden Heart. And Owen Mealy leads off for Fairbanks, grounds one to short, and he's thrown out quickly 6-3. Owen Mealy leading off for Fairbanks. That'll bring up Ian Armstrong, and he'll be followed by Matthew Pennall, yes, the pitcher, and DH in the lineup tonight. Jamie Mullen in the cleanup spot, followed by Vinnie Vincent Venverlo, David Shackelford batting sixth. In the bottom three for Fairbanks, Christian Olea, Hunter Friedberg, and Cole Clark. Armstrong batting here with one out, the base is empty against the southpaw Mark Hoffman. 6'3", Washburn University. He has thrown 27 innings this summer for the Brigade and allowed 10 runs. 24 strikeouts, 12 walks, 19 hits over that span, so he's been very effective. And the left-hander's 1-1 pitch is down and in on Armstrong. Goldpanner catcher slash first baseman, sometimes third baseman. Ian Armstrong from St. Mary's. Swings and fouls that one off. Armstrong has been hot, 8 for his last 12 at the plate. He's 5 for 9 here in Kansas. Trying to give the Goldpanners a base runner here in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. Left-hander's pitch is up and away. Goldpanners had the day off yesterday, and our team liaison, who's kind of taking care of the Goldpanners here at the NBC. This one is hit high and deep to left by Armstrong. This one's going to left. This one is over the scoreboard and left. Ian Armstrong with a solo shot to put the Goldpanners on top. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Oh, Stretch Armstrong goes yard, and the Panners take the early lead. Wow. Well, Jamie Mullen hit one over the scoreboard a couple of nights ago, and Armstrong just did the same thing. Mullins was measured at 413 feet. Wow, Armstrong. And that brings up Matthew Pennall. And for the first time here in Kansas, the Goldpanners have taken an early lead. This one's lined into right by Pennall. And somehow finds another barrel. I think Matthew's bats are made up of only barrel. Pennall has just been ridiculous, batting over 500 this summer. And that brings up Jamie Mullen, who I just talked about. 1-0 Fairbanks here in the bottom of the first. The winner wins the pool and earns a bye into the quarterfinals on Thursday. All those matchups and times yet to be determined. They will have all of that for us after tonight's final ball game, the one that takes place after this. So it's going to be pretty late, but not for all you back in Fairbanks. We'll know that, and we'll have much of that stuff by about 1 a.m. tonight. That's a guess. That'd be 10 o'clock in Alaska. Mullen fouls that one off. It's 0-2 on Jamie. It will be a freshman at Sacramento State. 6'4", 230 out of Concord, California. Mullen with Pennall at first and one out. Swings and hits this one towards third. It's scooped on a couple of hops to throw to second for one. 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. But the Goldpanners get one on the one out solo home run for Ian Armstrong. And it's 1-0 Goldpanners. More NBC World Series coming your way next on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Garrow Von Dane here in Wichita, Kansas, site of the 91st annual NBC World Series. Panners taking on the Junction City Brigade, two unbeaten teams so far here in the tournament, competing to see who's going to be the top team out of this pool and get a bye into the quarterfinals. The loser moves on, but will have to play tomorrow to get into the quarterfinals. Panners are 2-0 after wins over the GPS Legends and TPA Texas. Those two teams battled it out today, and the Legends fall 10-9 and have been eliminated. Matthew Pennall out for his second inning of work, starts with 2 strikes on Kyle Horseman, the big cleanup hitter who swings and misses for strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Pennall so far, and brings up Peyton Furgens, the Brigade shortstop, a .371 hitter on the year. Furgens for the Brigade, 1-0 Goldpanner lead. Furgens from Texas A&M Corpus Christi pops this one up left side, foul territory. It's going to get out of play. I started to say earlier that the Goldpanners had yesterday off, and our liaison hosted the entire Goldpanner team for the day yesterday. Very nice of Nikki and family to have us over to their beautiful property and enjoy the swimming pool and a barbecue. A great day for the Panners to just get out of the hotel and go have some fun. Matthew Pennall makes a nice snag on the mound on a hot shot one-hopper. Pennall calmly reaches up, grabs it, and throws to first to take care of Furgens 1-3. Pennall has faced the minimum through 1 2/3 and now will face Logan Myers in the 6th spot, a 111 hitter, the second baseman Myers from Pittsburgh, Kansas, home of the Gorillas. Well, Myers plays for Emporia State University. Pittsburgh, Kansas, one of 3 Pittsburghs, including California and the big one in Pennsylvania. Logan Myers with 2 outs and the base is empty. Matthew Pennall standing in the sunshine, home plate, bathed in shade, and a bunt is put down. Pennall quickly on the third base line, throws in time to first. Pennall dealing through 2. Goes 1-2-3 in the second. It's 1-0 Goldpanners after 1.5. Quick start to this ball game in Wichita. It's the NBC World Series in Kansas. After 1.5, the Goldpanners won, the Brigade nothing. Back with more on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Back here at the NBC World Series in Kansas, the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning is grounded by Vinny Venverlo fair inside the third base bag, and Venverlo all the way to double as it rolls into the corner, and Vinny Vincent is into scoring position for Fairbanks here in the bottom of the second. Here's David Shackelford for the Goldpanners. Shack standing in, the junior from Hope International, 5'10" right-handed hitter from La Habra, California. Trying to drive in Venverlo. 3 hits in the game so far for Fairbanks off of the starter Mark Hoffman, the left-hander. For the Junction City Brigade out of Washburn University. One nothing Fairbanks, looking for more. Pitch is down and in for a ball. It's 2-1 on Shack. Shack was 1 for 4 in yesterday's game with a double and a run scored. A 15-6 8-inning game. The Goldpanners dominated TPA Texas. Huge ball games from numerous Goldpanners yesterday. Here's the 2-1 to Shack. Takes ball 3. After Shackelford is Christian Olea. Jamie Mullen yesterday, or a couple of days ago against Texas. Panners were off yesterday. Mullen with a 2-run home run. Matthew Pinal was 5 for 6 in that game. Strike is called. It's 3-2. Owen Mealy extended his hitting streak to 12 straight with a 3 for 4 day. Shack fouls that one off. And the Panners getting 2 scoreless from Matthew Pinal. A very uncharacteristic pitching start to this tournament for Fairbanks. Back-to-back starts that weren't as good as the Panners have been expecting and getting all summer long. Addison Walker struggling yesterday. Swing and a miss. Shack strikes out. Well, Hoffman does good work to come back after falling behind to strike out Shackelford. 1 down for Christian Olea. Addison Walker yesterday just 2 1/3, could not find his comfort zone. Gave up 3 runs and 5 hits, including 4 walks. This one is hit down the third base line. Foul by Christian Olea, one of the new Goldpanners that arrived for this tournament from Arkansas Tech. Olea is 5 for 8 in a Fairbanks uniform. Here's the left-hander Hoffman. Misses for a ball. It's 1-1. It has been hot today. In the previous game, one of the pitchers for Derby had to depart. He was throwing up on the mound and couldn't continue. Was taken off the field and continued to vomit by the dugout. We've seen umpires collapse. Big emphasis on hydration here in Kansas during this tournament. Olea hits this one to short. They'll take the play to third. The rundown will begin with Venverlo as he tries to race away, but he's finally tagged out. And 2 down as Olea reaches on the fielder's choice. And Venverlo tagged out for the second out of the inning and brings up Hunter Friedberg. Well, the inning started promising with a leadoff double, but now 2 down and a runner at first. And let's see what Hunter Friedberg can do. Friedberg's been pretty hot lately, hasn't batted in the last few games. And this will be his first plate appearance if he, or first at bat if he actually has an official at bat here. of the NBC World Series, but he's finished the season in Fairbanks 7 for his last 11. Hunter, sophomore at San Diego. Down and away, takes a ball, it's 1-1. Well, if nothing else, Goldpanners are forcing starter Mark Hoffman to stay out for extended periods here in the first couple innings. Keeping him out there in the heat, throwing extra pitches. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2 on Friedberg. A left-handed hitting outfielder for the Goldpanners, who lead it 1-0 here in the second. In a big game between two 2-0 teams. Friedberg reaches out and pokes one towards right. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding second on his way to third is Olea. He'll get there. And so good job by Friedberg protecting. And just putting bat on ball. And drops in a single, and his hot stretch continues. And now it's up to Cole Clark, the Cole train for the Goldpanners. Freshman UC Irvine, Huntington Beach, California native, with gold at the corners and 2 down. Cole Clark went 0 for 2 yesterday, or 2 days ago. I keep saying yesterday. Panners were off. Enjoying the day at the Clem House. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Boy, that's great food for us, drinks. And some wonderful time in the swimming pool. Nowhere else you want to be in a hot Kansas day. Strike called, it's Cole Clark. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Clark can't catch up to that one. He strikes out for the final out of the inning. Goldpanners, no runs. They strand a couple on 2 base hits. We'll head to the third. It's Fairbanks 1. The Brigade nothing. Back with more on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Garrow Von Dane here in Wichita, Kansas for the 91st. That's right, the 91st NBC World Series. This first one was back in 1935, started by Hap Dumont. Wanted to get a big baseball tournament going, invited Satchel Paige, who took part. Tournament started really cranking in the 50s and 60s. Had some wonderful years through the 70s and 80s. Goldpanners winning 6 national titles here. But it was at the other stadium then Lawrence Dumont was torn down in 2018, and now the NBC takes place here at Wichita State. And the first pitch of the third inning is lifted high down the left field line. That's a base hit off the bat of Braden Harpole. Harpole with the first hit off of Matthew Pinole in the game. And he's into second base with a leadoff double. And our friend Kari back in Fairbanks says that her son Dominic, who we all know, played baseball with Braden's brother Dylan. And Braden is from Texas and plays at Seminole State College, but apparently has some kind of Fairbanks ties. And now he gives the Brigade a leadoff runner into scoring position. Here's a chopper towards third. Mullen looks the runner back, throws to first for the first out. Take care of Eli Kellogg. So neither team looking to sacrifice here early in this game. Both swinging away with runners at second and nobody out. And that brings up Ian Luce.
Go, Ian.
Matthew Pinole has faced 8 batters. 2 have reached, 1 on an error, 1 on a base hit. Matthew has struck out a couple and gotten 4 ground ball outs. The error was also a ground ball. And it's 1-0 Goldpanners in the top of the third. The right-hander's pitch. It's hit into center field. Going back a few steps, Shackelford reaches up and makes the catch. We were watching much of the previous game and saw some real defensive difficulties. I saw multiple players stumbling and tripping, and this is just a very flat turf with players losing their footing today. And hopefully the Goldpanners can avoid that in this game. All turf here, including the mound and the sliding pits. And we go to the top of the order for Gannon White. Reached on an error to open up the ball game. Chops this one in front of home plate. Olea picks it up, quickly throws to first, and a strike to Armstrong. And just like that, the Panners go 1-2-3 after the leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. 2.5 done here in Wichita. It's a Goldpanners 1, Brigade 0. Back on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Welcome back to X Stadium here at Wichita State University. Hot Wichita, Kansas, temperatures in the 90s with high humidity, and the Goldpanners leading 1-0 here in the final day of pool play. Panners and the Brigade both 2-0. Winner of this game wins the pool and gets the bye through tomorrow into Thursday's quarterfinal round. Friday the semis, championship game on Saturday over at the minor league park downtown. Mark Hoffman back on the hill facing Owen Mealy. Mealy on that 12-game hitting streak. Owen, over his last 48 at-bats, has 24 base hits. It's obviously 500 with my advanced math over a long stretch. But he swings and misses here for the strikeout. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. And that brings up Ian Armstrong. Armstrong with a solo shot over the scoreboard. Back in the first inning, that's why it's 1-0 Goldpanners. You can see how Hoffman elects to pitch to him this time. Armstrong with so much potential. Just a youngster, freshman. Excellent fielder, catcher, and one of the top hitters for the Goldpanners this summer, if not the top hitter. Chops this one foul. He's in the hole 0-2 against Hoffman. Goldpanners with a run on 4 base hits. The Brigade, no runs on 1 hit. They waste a leadoff double in the second. Will Matthew Pinal pitch another inning, or is he done? And it's starting to look like he might be finished, because a right-hander is throwing in the pen for the Goldpanners. This one is hit hard down the right field line. It's carrying towards the corner, but it's tracked down by White. Just didn't go as far as it looked off the bat. And Armstrong is out number 2 here in the third, brings up Matthew Pinal. Goldpanners baseball, sponsored by Power and Transmission and Jerry and Howard Maxwell. Panner ball from the NBC World Series. Appreciate our sponsors, including Revive Medical and the Alaska Oil and Gas Association. We're helping bring Goldpanners baseball back to the airwaves in Fairbanks. This one is popped down the left field side off the bat of Pinal, and on the warning track, that one carried. It's caught by Yanto, and the Panners go down in order. Here in the bottom of the third, we've played 3 complete from the NBC World Series. It's still Goldpanners 1, Brigade 0 on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Garrow Von Dane joining you live from Wichita, Kansas, here at the home of the Shockers, campus of Wichita State University. It's game 3 for both the Goldpanners and Junction City Brigade from Kansas. And the Panners leading 1-0, solo home run for Ian Armstrong in the first inning. Panners threatened again in the second with a leadoff double. Had 2 on with 1 out, but could not score. The only time the Brigade threatened was a leadoff double in the third, but he would be stranded at second base as Pinal took care of the next 3 batters, and Matthew is out here for the 4th inning, allowing just 1 base hit. He has faced only 1 more than the minimum through 3. He starts against Chad Pantuso, then Gabe Yonto and Kyler Horseman. Strike is called. It's 0-2. Apologies for my voice. I think the air conditioning is starting to turn it into something else. Not used to AC at all during the year. But a lot of it here on this trip, obviously. Chad Pantuso, a 400 hitter this year for the Brigade, struck out swinging in the first. Awaits the 1-2 from Pinal. He reaches out and just bounces one back to the mound, and Pinal softly to first. Pinal has had 3 putouts today. He's getting some action. He's just so confident and skilled. And no matter where you put Pinal, he's a weapon. Somebody asked Coach Gonzalez today, said, well, you have Pinal hitting too? He goes, yeah, he's one of our best hitters. Of course he's playing. Gabe Yonto, 4-3 ground out the first time. 289 hitter this summer. Yonto. Indiana native, left-handed hitter against the righty Pinal. Swings and fouls that one off. We do expect to see a new pitcher today for Fairbanks, Brett Maddock from Oakdale, California, by way of Kansas Wesleyan. Pinal gets the fastball, 93 on the outside corner. Strikes out Yonto. We've seen some hard throwers in this tournament the last couple of days. Pinal is now retired 5 straight since the double by Harpole. And now Matthew facing Kyler Horseman, a designated hitter who hit 250 this year, but 8 home runs. It's a lot for summer ball. 1-1. Horseman from Manhattan, Kansas, plays at Barton College. Grounds this one foul, third base side. 1-0, Goldpanners in front here in the top of the 4th. Panners won the coin toss and are the home team. Called strike 3, Pinal. 4 strikeouts. And it's still 1-0 Goldpanners. Matthew's been marvelous. 3.5 done, 1-0 Fairbanks in front. Back with more on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. 91st Annual NBC World Series, where the Goldpanners have won 6 national titles, but none since 2002. Trying to battle for one here this year. Taking on the Junction City Brigade. It's a 1-0 Fairbanks lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And leading off for the Goldpanners, Jamie Mullen, who hit into a double play to end the first inning. Panners look like they might be off to the races after a ground out. Ian Armstrong homered, Matthew Penal singled. Thought, all right, here we go, but Mullen's double play extinguished that potential rally, and the Panners started with a couple of base runners in the second inning, but couldn't score. Nevertheless, have a 1-0 lead. On 4 base hits, no runs, just 1 hit for the Brigade against Matthew Penal. Mullen takes one down in the turf. Catching for Mark Hoffman is Eli Kellogg. And here's the 2-2 to Mullen. Swings and misses for strike 3. Brings up Vinnie Vincent Venverlo. Venverlo doubled to lead off the second inning. Goldpanners winning 15-6 over Texas a couple of nights ago. And the Brigade were the runners-up in the Jayhawk League behind Hutchinson, the Monarchs, who fell to the Hayes Larks last night, giving the Larks the top seed in that pool. That one swung on and popped out of play. And still tonight, we have the Lone Star Collegiate team against the Santa Barbara Foresters. Lone Star Collegiate not the same as the Lone Star Kraken. Oh, I misspoke. Hayes defeated. Got my games mixed up last night. Hayes defeated the Kraken 7-4 last night. It was the Studs that beat Hutch. This one is ripped into left center field, a base hit. Vinnie Vincent is 2 for 2 in the game, a 1-out single. 5th Goldpanner hit brings up David Shackelford. Shack struck out swinging in the second inning. Be curious to see what Coach Gonzalez does with Penal in the 5th. It would be my guess that Penal is done. The right-hander continues to throw in the pen. It's Brett Maddock. Shack struck out swinging his first time up and takes a strike. A little harder to see the strike zone from where we are perched here high in the press box. This is a beautiful, big, high stadium. It's really like a very nice minor league park, and it's for a collegiate team. You see Wu on the turf in center field, the Wichita State Shocker mascot. I wonder if the Shocker from Marvel Comics was designed by someone from Wichita State. He's got the same colors and the same name. Those computer phones will probably tell you, I don't know. I hate looking things up though. Shackelford with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The ball had to be retrieved off the field of play. That's why we had a short timeout there. Christian Olea is in the on-deck circle. Runner at first with 1 out. And the pitch is up high for a ball. Pitch count starting to climb a little bit for Mark Hoffman. But he threw a lot of innings this summer. At 27 and a bunch more in his college year. That one's grounded foul. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. NBC World Series here in Kansas. As we start to eliminate some teams, as things come into focus a bit. Oklahoma, the GPS Legends, and Dodge City A's have all been eliminated so far. We're down to 13. There's one more team to be eliminated by the end of tonight. There will be 12 teams left starting tomorrow. 8 of them will be playing tomorrow. The top 4 seeds will have the day off. Shaq awaits the 2-2. Base hit to left. First and second with 1 out. Boy, can the Panners get a little breathing room here. They've had multiple chances to extend this 1-0 lead. Now 7 base runners in the game through 3 1/3. And now would love to get a big base hit from Christian Olea. Reached on a fielder's choice his first time up with a ground ball. Olea, as a Goldpanner now, 5 for 9. Swings and chops this one foul. Just finished his final year at Arkansas Tech. Takes a pitch downstairs from Hoffman. Goldpanners averaging about 8 runs per game this season, and as a team batting over 300. And are a perfect 9-0 away from Groudon Memorial Park. Trying to stay unbeaten. It's 2-1 now on Olea. Goldpanners, if you recall, won all 7 games to win the Grand Forks International in early July. And now we're 2-0 here in Kansas. This ball is lifted high into center field. Back a few steps is loose. He will make the catch. The runner will tag from second and get to third safely. So Gold at the corners now for Hunter Friedberg, who's 1 for 1. Friedberg singled in the second inning. He's now 8 for his last 12.
Let's go, Mark.
Henry Cole telling us on the YouTube chat that according to Google Earth, Ian Armstrong's home run landed at 465 feet. Now, wouldn't that be something? I mean, his home run and Mullen's home run the other night went over the ALL in the baseball sign above the scoreboard. In almost the exact same location, but different trajectories. And again, Mullins was listed as 413. Friedberg, meanwhile, stands in with a 2-ball, no strike count, and Gold at the corners. Swings and misses, and a pitch tailing away from him. Friedberg, just one of these guys that finds a way to get on base. Here's the 2-1. That time he holds off on a pitch off the plate. And it's 3-1. After Friedberg would be Cole Clark. The meat of the order is at the top of the lineup for Fairbanks tonight, with Mealy, Armstrong, Pinal, and Mullen. There goes the runner from first. It's ball 4 outside. Friedberg on base for the second time in the game. And the bases. are full of gold with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. And the Goldpanners leading 1-0 over the Junction City Brigade. Clark struck out swinging his first time up. But Coltrane from Huntington Beach, California, hits this one to second, swallowed up by Myers, who throws on to first, and Panners leave them loaded here in the 4th. Hoffman dodging trouble inning after inning, but the Panners have a 1-0 lead after 4. Back with more NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Go to the 5th inning here from the NBC World Series. Goldpanners leading 1-0. Matthew Pennall will continue here in the 5th. When he starts with a swing and a miss of Peyton Fergens. Well, Pennall remains in the ball game to pitch the 5th, or at least start it. Fergens, Myers, Harpole due up for the Brigade. This one is swung on and hit sharply to center field, and it's over the head of Shackelford all the way to the wall. On his way to second goes Fergens, and he'll stop there with a stand-up double. And that's the second time the Brigade have had a leadoff double. First time was the 3rd inning. Pennall retired the next 3. That's the only 2 hits against Pennall in the game. Here's Logan Myers. Pennall with the sun in his eyes, working to Myers, second baseman for the Brigade. With the tying run in scoring position, it's grounded to short. Scooped by Clark, who looks the runner back and throws to first for the 6-3 ground out. Pennall throws hard, and so these ground balls are almost always hit pretty hard. You don't see too many slow rollers hit off of Pennall. But a lot of routine outs for this Goldpanner infield. 1 down for Braden Harpole, who doubled back in the 3rd. Pennall getting the signs from shortstop Clark on who's covering. The 0-1. Line to left. Friedberg just a few steps to his left to make the catch. 2 down. And now Eli Kellogg. Can Pennall do it again and strand a leadoff double? Eli Kellogg from Fort Scott, Kansas. Grounded out to third in his first trip. 1-0 Goldpanners. The Brigade have the potential tying run at second, but now 2 down. The 1-0 from Pinal in for a strike. We have seen very few, and I mean very few, close, low-scoring games here in this tournament. A lot of high-scoring games, a lot of run rules. And here's the 1-1 from Pinal. Swung on, lifted towards right. Drifting towards the line is Mealy, and he makes the catch at the line. Another leadoff double stranded by Pinal. 5 scoreless for Matthew. We've played half a ball game. It's still the Goldpanners 1, Brigade 0 on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. '91st annual NBC World Series in Wichita, Kansas. Goldpanners making their return for the first time since 2019. And have a 1-0 lead over the Junction City Brigade as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Goldpanners start with the top of the order, Owen Mealy, then Ian Armstrong, Matthew Pinal. Panners have threatened on multiple occasions to put up more runs, but Hoffman has danced out of trouble each time. Starts with 2 balls to Mealy, now the 3rd time through the order for this vaunted Goldpanner lineup. And Mealy, man, at 0-2, he is way overdue. .24 for 48 coming into the game, for his last 48, that is. He takes inside, it's 3-0. 4-0 make that, ball 4, as Mealy takes his base, and a lead-off walk, and trouble here for Hoffman, because now you got Ian Armstrong, then Matthew Pinal and Mullen due up. Mullen 0 for 2 today, but he can erupt at any moment. And now that is going to get the bullpen started for the Brigade. Here's the first pitch to Ian Armstrong, in for a strike, 1 for 2 with a solo home run that has the Goldpanners in front 1-0. 1 for 2 in the game, 9 for 14 here in Wichita. Armstrong with a ball and a strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Runner stays put with the left-handed pitcher. Look out, ground ball to short, throw to second for one. Throw is wild though to first. So running over to second goes Armstrong. So the Panners dodge a bullet there. On the error, charged to the second baseman Myers, who threw it away. The fielder's choice and an error put Armstrong at second. Mealy retired 6-4, and a break for the Goldpanners as they almost hit into their second double play. Instead, Matthew Pinal will bat, and let's see if he can make them pay. Pinal, 1 for 2, swings and grounds this one softly to the right side. Fielded by Harpole, tossed to Hoffman for the out. Over to third goes Armstrong.
35, Jamie Mullen.
Pinal retired 3-1, and here's Jamie Mullen. Boy, hitters on both sides swinging early in counts. And part of the reason, both pitchers throwing a lot of strikes. Coach Gonzalez conversing with Dave Dawson, the third base coach. What are they talking about right now? Panner team likes to put up a lot of runs, being held to just one so far, frustratingly so. They've had opportunities. And let's see if Jamie Mullen can get his first hit of the day. 5-4-3 double play in the first, struck out swinging to open up the fourth. Goldpanners baseball on ESPN, brought to you by Teresa Bacher and Spalding Chiropractic. Swings and fouls this one off. Love all of our sponsors who have helped bring Goldpanners baseball back to the airwaves in Fairbanks, like Lenny and Patty Regan and Usabelli Coal Mine, one of our Groudon Park sponsors every summer. Clapp, Peterson, and Timison. Fairbanks leading 1-0 here in the fifth. Mullen batting with a runner at third and 2 down. Here's the 0-2. Takes down low, 1-2. Not much urgency in the pen for the Brigade right now, with the innings settling down a bit after the leadoff walk. And Mullen swings and misses a pitch down and away for strike 3. That's it for the Panners here in the fifth. They strand a leadoff walk. And after 5 complete, it's Goldpanners 1, Brigade nothing. Back with more NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball live from Wichita, Kansas. Garrow Von Dane here at X Stadium at the NBC World Series. Goldpanners leading 1-0 as we start the sixth. At a pitching change, that's all for Matthew Pinal. And we get our very first look at the new right-hander, Brett Maddock. Brett Maddock starting with 2 balls and a strike, working quickly to Ian Luce in the 9 spot. Luce lifts this one high into left center field. on the run, calling for it and making the catch is Shackelford. The center fielder, one down for Gannon White. 1-0 Goldpanners, and yes, Brett Maddock making his Goldpanner debut from Kansas Wesleyan. Maddock, a right-hander, just graduated, 5'11", throws 109 innings this spring. He has not pitched since May. Throws a strike. It's 1-1 to Gannon White, a .369 hitter on the season. But is 0 for 2 today, both against starting pitcher Matthew Pennall, who departs after 5 scoreless. On just 2 base hits, he struck out 4, walked none. Takes a little something off at a 68-mile-per-hour changeup outside. Likes to throw 4 different pitches, but leans heavily on the fastball. Does Maddock. Line to left, a base hit. A 1-out single for Gannon White. Maddock has never pitched off of this mound here at X Stadium. California native, who was teammates with Alex Garcia at Kansas Wesleyan this past season. Here's Chad Pantuso, 0 for 2 in the game, but a .400 hitter on the season. So the idea is for Maddock to have a clean first inning of work and settle in and shake off the rust. Matthew Pennall stays in the game as the designated hitter. Vinny Venverlo, meanwhile, has moved to third base, replacing Jamie Mullen. Deals a strike, it's 1-1 on Pantuso. Cole Clark goes to second base. From short, and Stevenson comes into the ball game to play short. So some defensive changes for the Goldpanners. Jamie Mullen is out of the game after an 0 for 3 day at the plate. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Pantuso. He takes ball 2. Runner at first with 1 out. A 1-0 Goldpanner lead. Goldpanners with 1 run on 6 hits. No runs, 3 hits for the Brigade in this very important game. This one's popped up towards short, going back onto the grass. Stevenson just into the game. Looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up Gabe Yanto. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Garrow Von Dane here at X Stadium, home of the Wichita State Shockers and also the NBC World Series. Goldpanners baseball. Brought to you by the Foundation Health Partners and Kendall Toyota of Fairbanks. And don't forget Rod's Saw Shop. Man, how long has Rod's been there? This one is popped up high into shallow center field. Long run for Shaq, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 1-0 Goldpanners here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks.
Goldpanners. Second baseman number 16, Vinny Venverlo.
Vinny Venverlo will lead off for Fairbanks. Goldpanners trying again to get some insurance. It's been 1-0 since the end of the first. Venverlo, Shaq, Olea, 5, 6, and 7 spots in the Goldpanner batting order. Here against the JC Brigade. Very entertaining ball game, a good one, an unusual one for this crowd that has watched a lot of high-scoring, long games. Three balls and a strike to Venverlo. Is Hoffman starting to wear down? He keeps dancing out of trouble. He's done a marvelous job holding this big-time Goldpanner lineup to just 1 run through 5, but he walks Venverlo. And the leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners for just the 3rd time today. Neither of the first 2 times has that runner come around to score, which is rare for this Panner team. And let's see what they do here in the 6th. Shackelford. Grounds one foul. And Coach Gonzalez can't make the play. Standing atop the Goldpanner dugout on the third base side. Last day of pool play here at the NBC. Hoffman. This one's hit towards right center. Chasing after it, reaching up and making the catch is the right fielder, White. Well, it looked like a dangerous play, but White and Luce able to communicate and avert a collision. We've seen a few of those in this tournament. Shaq is out number 1. Venverlo remains at first for Christian Olea. Olea 0 for 2. Which makes him 5 for 10 so far in a Goldpanner uniform here in Kansas. Goldpanners baseball brought to you by Yamamoto Dental and Local 375 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. Gold at first with 1 down. Throw to first base, runner back safely. The Brigade were on a tear heading into this postseason. Really felt like they should have won the Jayhawk. They demolished the Hutchison Monarchs a bunch of times this year, and Hutchison has shown to be one of the best teams here at this tournament. But they were defeated last night by the Seattle Studs, who rebound in a big way after that opening game loss in a shutout. They come back and win their next 2 to win the pool. And they're happy to have a couple of days off. Olea fouling off pitches. It's 1-2. Reaches out just to stay alive and fouls it off the netting. A right-hander throwing in the pen for the Brigade. Hoffman waits for Olea to step back in the box. Right-handed hitting catcher for the Goldpanners, who has caught all 3 games so far. Who just catches up to that one to stay alive. Olea wasting 2 strike pitches from Hoffman. Remember to follow the Goldpanners social media accounts. Pictures, information, start times on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I post start times, game links, and much more on my Twitter page, @VoiceOfGman. This one's sliced down the right field line, but it's foul. Again, that's @VoiceOfGman. I've been putting up stuff from our time here in Wichita. Pictures, game times, links, everything. And I'll post the PannerVision link before each game. Again, Olea just late swings to foul off, waiting for something he wants. In the meantime, just slapping balls out of play, forcing Hoffman to keep throwing one after another. Venverlo at first with one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, Hoffman smiles. He can't believe it. Nice little battle going on here. Panners winners of 14 straight games. Trying to stay hot. Olea this time fouls one third base side as he changes it up. Panners get what they want here today. A good, solid pitching start from Matthew Pinal. 5 scoreless. Can't ask for much more. But now, can they get some runs? Here's the 1-2 again. And a toss to first base. A lollipop. Junction City begins the day 27-11 overall. Again, Olea fouls it out of play. Hoffman says, what do I have to do? He's not really trying to get him to chase much way off the plate. Often you'll see that after a couple 2-strike foul balls. He'll throw something a foot off. But Olea's long, too. Fouls another one out of play. The crowd starting to cheer every foul ball. Another 1-2 from Hoffman. Olea to the left side, the shortstop deep in the hole. He gets it in time, but the ball is dropped by Myers, and everybody's safe. Wow, what an at-bat from Christian Olea, fouling off one 2-strike pitch after another. And he hits it to the left side. A tough play for Fergens, who still is able to get the ball to second in time, but it's dropped by Myers. So first and second now with one out as Olea reaches safely. And I think, have they awarded that a hit or an error? They haven't awarded it anything yet because there was already 6 hits and 1 error prior to that play. So still waiting to see what the press box official scorer decides to do. But more importantly, Hunter Friedberg will stand in with Gold at first and second now and 1 out. Taking a long time to decide that play. I mean, it's a fielder's choice for Olea. Well, maybe not. They might give him the hit. And the first pitch to Friedberg is in for a strike, 0-1. Friedberg has been on base safely both times, a single and a walk so far. 1-0 Goldpanners, bottom of the 6th. But can they finally break through on this opportunity? 2 on in the 2nd, 2 on in the 4th with 1 out. 2 on in the 5th. 2 on in the 6th. But Hoffman keeps putting out potential fires before they get started. The left-hander has battled tonight. And now is in a fight with Friedberg. Chop to the right side, foul, just foul, and a break for the Goldpanners, although the ball was dropped. First baseman Harpole stepped on the bag, wanted to throw to second and dropped the baseball. Friedberg comes back to pick up the lumber with a 2-ball, 2-strike count and 1 out. Clark is on deck. Here's the 2-2. Takes ball 3 as night has fallen here in Wichita. The lights are on. The sun has gone down until tomorrow. Friedberg swings and misses and strikes out for the second out of the inning. And now it's up to Cole Clark.
Shortstop number 9, Cole Clark.
Goldpanners left the bases loaded in the fourth inning. We've left 7 men on base over the first 5. The Coltrane, can he deliver? Nobody throwing in the Brigade pen right now. How long can Hoffman go? He checks the runners, comes home with the 1-0. Swung on it, high to left. On the run is Yanto. He's underneath it and makes the catch. And Hoffman does it again, strands a couple more Goldpanners. That's 9 in the game through 6. But Fairbanks still has the slimmest of leads. It's 1-0 through 6. We're headed to the final third of tonight's ball game next on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. They didn't score Olea's ground ball as anything in the 6th. Which means they must have just wrote it as a fielder's choice. The Goldpanners do not score again in the 6th. That brings us to the 7th inning. Still 1-0 Fairbanks. Second inning of work now for Brett Maddock in his first appearance as a Goldpanner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kyler Horseman. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts so far, both against Matthew Pinal. Now facing Maddock. Grounds this one to third. Venverlo in time. Brings up Peyton Furgens. Goldpanners have stranded 9 through 6 innings. This is the NBC Baseball World Series from Wichita, Kansas. The Alaska Goldpanners taking on the Junction City Brigade. The winner wins the pool, gets a bye into Thursday's quarterfinal. All times will be determined after tonight's action ends. Still another game to go. This one is fouled back and out of play. Lone Star Collegiate 1-1 facing the Santa Barbara Foresters, who are 2-0. The Foresters have played only 12 innings of baseball. run ruling their first two opponents. Run rule is 10 after 5, 8 after 7. That one fouled to the backstop, or actually, did he foul that one off? 1-0 Goldpanners. And Peyton Fergens, 371 hitter, 1 for 2 with a double, has one of the 3 hits for the Brigade today. Up and in, it's 2-2. Maddock in his first inning of work allowed a 1-out single, but that was it. A couple of flyouts and a pop out. And there he throws the changeup at 66 miles an hour, but misses for ball 3. Payoff pitch coming to Fergens. Lines this one towards left. And right there is Friedberg. Out number 2, 4 straight retired for Maddock, who told me before the game, I'm going to work fast, about every 6 seconds. And he has done just that. Logan Myers, 0 for 2. Garrow Von Dane here in Wichita, Goldpanners baseball. Brought to you by Mountain River Marketing and Right Air Services, and he hits the batter, Myers. Well, Myers hit by a pitch. That'll give the Brigade a 2-out base runner. Neither team has played a low-scoring, tight game. Goldpanners winning 15-6 a couple of nights ago, and winning 10-7 in game 1. That was a close game, but not low-scoring. First pitch is inside for a ball. The Brigade have won by scores of 11-7 and 15-8. So some new territory for both teams here at the tournament. And a gut check for everyone on the field. Here comes pitching coach Vince Payne out to talk to his new right-hander. Payne out of Hope International. Well, close ball game with a lot on the line. Neither team is going to be eliminated. They're both moving on after pool play, but the loser has to play tomorrow to advance to the quarterfinals, whereas the winner gets an automatic trip to Thursday's action and has the day off tomorrow. And the important thing about the day off is you're not using any pitching. If you do have to play tomorrow, that means, including today, you have to go 5 straight days with games, and crucial games, so you're using a lot more pitching. Back to work goes Maddock. You know, in the regular season, you can let a guy stay in the game even if he's surrendering a bunch of runs. But here, from now on, and really from the start, you have to play to win every game. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first. Braden Harpole against Brett Maddock. And that one skipped in the turf, bounces away from Olea. And over to second goes Myers on the wild pitch. So that could be big with the runner now into scoring position. Big pitch coming up here, 3-2 on Harpole. Maddock looks at the runner. Foul back. Kellogg is on deck. Changeup gets him looking. Freezes Harpole, and he strikes him out for the final out of the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Wichita, and the Goldpanners hanging on. 1-0. Bottom of the 7th coming your way next on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Fans are having a good time here at the ballpark tonight, NBC World Series. On a Tuesday night here in Wichita, Kansas. No, this is not the capital. I've been asked that a bunch of times. That would be Topeka. Here in Wichita, kind of in the middle of the state. The Goldpanners leading 1-0 over the Junction City, Kansas Brigade, the NBC World Series. A new pitcher into the game. It's number 18. Matthew Postier. So that's it for Mark Hoffman. He leaves after 6 good innings. This one's grounded to the right side, scooped by the second baseman Myers, who throws the first. And takes care of Clark for the first out of the inning. Or that was Mealy, rather. And here's Ian Armstrong. 4-3 ground out of Mealy, who's 0 for 3 in the game. And brings up Ian Armstrong, who's 1 for 3, has that solo home run all the way back in the first inning. That's why the Panners have this 1-0 edge, and he wears that pitch between the shoulder blades. Armstrong hit by a pitch. He takes first base.
Pitcher number 22, Matthew Goodall.
And a 1-out base runner for the Goldpanners, who have had base runners in every inning with the exception of the third. But just 1 run, have stranded 9. Would love to break through here against the new pitcher, Matthew Postier. Right-hander from right here in Wichita, Kansas. 6 foot from Emporia State University. Goldpanners baseball from the NBC World Series, brought to you by Diamond Fencing and the Fairbanks Community Food Bank. Swings through it. It's 0-2. Checks the signs. Readies with the 0-2 offering. And Pinal lays off of it. And it's 1-2. Matthew 1 for 3 with a single so far. That was back in the first inning right after Armstrong's home run over the scoreboard. Runner bluffs from first base. It's called ball 2. After Pinal is Sam Stevenson. Another one of the newcomers from Springdale, Arizona. Pinal stayed in the game after pitching, now works the count full. 3-2. Matthew Gonzalez coaching over at first, Dave Dawson at third. Big pitch here from Postier. Fastball right off of Postier and off the glove of the second baseman Myers into center field, and it rolls away from him. And so the runner goes all the way to third. That's Armstrong. And Pinal on safely at first. That ball was just hit so hard that Hoffman couldn't control it. Myers tried to get to it behind second base. A tough play off his glove, but he slowed it down enough so Luce had to chase it down from center field. And by then, Armstrong was on his way to third. So Gold at the corners now. And again, opportunity knocking for Fairbanks. And now Sam Stevenson's first plate appearance in the Jamie Mullen spot in the batting order. Mullen departing after an 0 for 3 day. Tough day at the plate for Jamie. A double play and 2 strikeouts. One nothing Fairbanks here in the bottom of the 7th. A right-hander. Check swing. Did not go. Sam Stevenson from Northwestern State. Venverlo to follow. The 1-1 delivery. Postier deals a strike. Armstrong at third, Pinal at first. Oh, numerous ways that Stevenson can bring a run in here. And that one skipped in the turf, but a good stop by the catcher Kellogg. Just blocks it and keeps it in front of him. The runners have to stay put. A lot of foul territory behind home plate. Can almost always score if one gets through the catcher. And now it's 2-2 on Sammy. Oh, just misses. An 87-mile-per-hour fastball. Must have been just low. Again, it's hard to tell from up here. But that was a close one, that much we know. And now it's 3-2 to Stevenson. Way outside, he throws it to the wall. It caroms back, but not fast enough to prevent Armstrong from scoring. The wild pitch brings in a run, and it's 2-0 Goldpanners. And it's also ball 4 to Stevenson. And the Goldpanners finally push another run across. Almost as though they were crossed up on signs there. The battery mates Postier and Kellogg. And now the first pitch to Vinny Venverlo, who's been on base safely all 3 times. A double, a single, a walk so far in the game.
Second baseman, 16, Vinny Venverlo.
Man, good ball game tonight. Glad we can bring it to you on ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM. Every game from the NBC World Series. We know there will be at least one more game. When? We don't know. If we win, it'll be Thursday. the Goldpanners lose, it'll be tomorrow. All times will be determined after tonight's concluding ball game after this one. And again, you can see all that information on the Goldpanners social media sites or my Twitter page @VoiceOfGman. Here's Venverlo with a 1-1. He swings and misses for strike 2. There's one out. And runners at first and second.
Pitching for the Junction City Brigade right now, number 18, Matthew Postier.
David Shackelford is on deck, and now Kellogg comes out to talk to Hoffman on the mound. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors, Power and Transmission, and Jerry and Howard Maxwell, as well as Revive Medical. And now Postier gets ready to work to Venverlo with a 1-2 count. And a right-hander. Did that hit the bat? No, it did not. It was dropped by the catcher. They were appealing to see if he went around. I thought maybe it hit the butt end of the bat, but clearly it did not. And so Venverlo. And now the home plate umpire looks towards the Junction City dugout. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Vinny. Postier's pitch. Hit high to right, shallow. White is under it. Makes the catch. And everybody has to stay where they are. David Shackelford now will try to bring in some more runs. Gold at first and second with 1 out. 1 run is in on the wild pitch. As Armstrong came in to score, he reached by being hit by a pitch. What a job by the starter, Mark Hoffman, allowing just 1 run through 6 innings on 6 base hits. That one is hit fair down the third base line, and it's a foot race to the bag, and Pantuso wins it, beating Pinal there. And 5 unassisted fielder's choice ends the 7th inning, but the Panners do pick up a run and now lead it 2-0. We're headed to the 8th at the NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. What a ball game here in Wichita. The Goldpanners clinging to a 2-0 lead now as we go to the 8th. As the Brigade come up to bat in the top of the 8th, the Goldpanners winning the coin toss. They are the home team and get the last at bat. 2-0. 2 runs on 7 hits, no runs, 3 hits for the Brigade. And a new pitcher into the ball game. So a pinch hitter, meanwhile, for the Brigade. That's all for catcher Eli Kellogg. He ends an 0 for 2 day. And it's number 5, Garen Plummer. So Garen Plummer batting here. To lead off the 8th inning, followed by Ian Luce and then Gannon White at the top of the order. The new pitcher for Fairbanks is number 37, Brent Godina. Brent Godina from UC Riverside, a 6'4", 240-pound right-hander from Lockford, California. Pitching with a 2-0 lead here in the 8th. 2 balls and a strike to Plummer. Swing and a miss. Plummer is not listed as a catcher. He's batting for a catcher. And we'll see what happens defensively in the bottom of the 8th. Plummer, a utility player from Wichita, Kansas, loops one into right, but it's caught by Mealy for out number 1. Those first outs so huge at this stage of the game in a close game like this. Here's Luce in the 9 spot, 0 for 2. He's flown out to center both times. Garo Von Dane here in Wichita. Hope you're enjoying Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision Facebook and ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Ground ball to short. Stevenson to Armstrong. Takes care of Luce. And we go to the top of the order for Gannon White. And the Brigade down to their last 4 outs. White, a .369 hitter on the season, is 1 for 3 today with a single. He has one of the 3 Brigade hits. Furgens has a double. Harpole has a double. That's been it. Brett Maddock, 2 good innings in his Goldpanner debut in relief. No runs on 1 base hit. Now Godina takes over. Misses inside with a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Gannon White from Northeastern State by way of El Dorado, Kansas. .3-0 though from Godina with 2 outs here in the 8th. You don't want to bring the meat of the order up with runners on, but Godina throws a fastball right there. 3-1. Panners hanging on here late. 14-game winning streak on the line, but more importantly, a trip to the quarterfinals on the line here in this game. Deals strike 2, so now the count is full on Gannon White. Godina. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled out of play. Godina pitched in the opening game against the GPS Legends. 2 scoreless on 1 hit. So this already is 2nd appearance of the NBC. And here's another payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Godina goes 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Going to the bottom of the 8th. Still 2-0 Fairbanks. Back with the bottom of the 8th on ESPN Radio. Fairbanks next. Oh, what a ball game from the NBC World Series here in hot Wichita, Kansas. Under the night sky and the lights here at X Stadium. Garo Von Dane with you live as the Goldpanners try to win the pool and advance to Thursday's quarterfinals. Loser will play an opponent to be determined tomorrow. Oh, the brackets will be set later tonight. I'll post them as soon as I have them on my Twitter page @VoiceOfGman, and then they'll be on the Goldpanners social media sites. Everybody texting me from all over the place, asking me questions, this and that. We don't have the information. They've been keeping it secret until after all the games are completed today. Goldpanners leading 2-0. Christian Olea leads off, slaps this one high into center field. Bat goes loose, and he reaches up to make the catch. Olea with an 0 for 4 day. And then we go to Hunter Friedberg in the 8th spot, followed by Cole Clark in the 9 hole. Goldpanners 2 runs, 7 hits, and an error. The Brigade, no runs, 3 hits, and an error. Goldpanners took a 1-0 lead in the first off of the Ian Armstrong home run over the scoreboard in left. Missed on multiple opportunities, left a lot of runners on today, but pick up another run in the 7th as Armstrong scores his 2nd run of the game, coming in on a wild pitch. What a valuable player Ian Armstrong is. Now Hunter Friedberg, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. Postier throws a strike. It's 0-2. Matthew in his 2nd inning of work in relief for Mark Hoffman, who went 6 innings, allowing just 1 run on 6 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 3. Falls down on that pitch, but strikes out Friedberg. And he has only allowed 1 base hit, but he hit a batter, walked another, and threw a costly wild pitch. And now Cole Clark in the 9 spot. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, the meat of the order for the Brigade. Pantuso, Yonto, and Horseman do up the 2, 3, and 4 spots. The Panners far from out of the woods. Panners have left 11 runners on today. No runners on here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 down. Chris Carlson engineering and controlling from here in the press box. Shea is back in the studios at 107.9 FM and 820 AM in Fairbanks. 2 balls and a strike. Appreciate our sponsors, Alaska Oil and Gas Association, Teresa Bacher, and Spalding Chiropractic. The right-hander, Postier. 2 balls and a strike on Cole Clark. Clark backs up on a pitch inside. It's 3-1. Well, if Clark can reach with 2 outs, then a little bit of trouble with Mealy and Armstrong due up. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, it's popped up into shallow left. Yonto, a few steps towards the line, and he reaches out to make the catch, and 1-2-3 go the Goldpanners for just the 2nd time today. We are going to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Brigade when we come back. 2-0 Goldpanners as Gadina takes the hill in the 9th. We'll have the conclusion of the ball game next on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Oh boy, ninth inning here in Wichita at the NBC World Series. Garrow Von Dane live as the Goldpanners try to finish this one off. They lead it 2-0 as we start the ninth. Brett Gadina is trying to pitch the final 2 innings and get the save. Facing Chad Pantuso here, a 400 hitter on the summer who's 0 for 3 in the ball game. And Gadina starts with 2 balls. Gabe Yonto would follow, then Kyler Horseman. Panners baseball here from the NBC World Series, brought to you by Lenny and Patty Regan and Usabelli Coal Mine. Gadina throws a strike, it's 2-1. Chopper towards first, fielded by Armstrong, and steps on the bag for out number 1. Gadina takes care of the leadoff spot here in the ninth. This game just eclipsed the 2-hour mark. Gabe Yonto, the batter. Yonto is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Still the first time through the order for Gadina, who misses down and in for ball 1. The right-hander Gadina facing the left-handed hitting Gabe Yonto. Panners trying to win the pool and earn a day off and automatically qualify for the quarterfinals. And in doing so, don't know who the Goldpanners would play, but it would not be any of the other pool winners. It would be one of the 3, well, I'm not going to speculate anymore because a lot's going to be determined tonight, and we'll have all the answers in just a few hours. Ball and 2 strikes on Yonto. Pop back and out of play. Greetings to all of our PannerVision listeners around the world. We know you're everywhere. Appreciate hearing from you on the YouTube chat. And I've been hearing from many of you on my phone throughout the week. Ball and 2 strikes. Back to Gadina, and he stabs it out of the air and throws to first. And the Panners are 1 out away from finishing off the Brigade and going to 3-0 and winning the pool. Kyler Horseman, the last hope. And boy, it's nice to face him with bases empty. He's got home run power, 8 of them this summer. And he bats with 2 outs and the bases empty. Gadina has retired all 5 batters he has faced. And he starts with strike 1. And the Santa Barbara Foresters and Lone Star Collegiates start to get ready for their game. They've been waiting a long time here in the stands. After they conclude, we'll have all of our pairings. Gadina's 1-1 pitch. Lined. Oh, and climbing the ladder is Clark, who makes a leaping grab and times it perfectly. A 1-2-3 ninth for Gadina to get the save. And the Goldpanners hang on to defeat the Junction City Brigade by a final score of 2-0. An old-fashioned shutout here in the lowest scoring game of the tournament by far. Matthew Pinal gets the win, going 5 scoreless in the start for Fairbanks. Mark Hoffman, a tough luck loss, 6 innings, just 1 run for the Brigade, and the Goldpanners win it 2-0. Ian Armstrong scores both runs on a solo home run and scoring on a wild pitch in the 7th. And your final score, is the Goldpanners 2, the Brigade nothing. We appreciate all of you for tuning into Goldpanners Baseball, including our wonderful sponsors, Rod Saw Shop and Yamamoto Dental, and of course the local 375 plumbers and pipe fitters. Appreciation to Chris Carlson, engineering and controlling here in the press box. And back in the studio, it's Shay and Fairbanks. Give a hand to Shay. I'm Garrow Von Dane saying so long from X Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. The Goldpanners win it 2-0 and win the pool and await their fate in the quarterfinals on Thursday. Thank you all for listening to Goldpanners Baseball on PannerVision, Facebook, and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM. We will see you all on Thursday. Good night, everyone.